Hello, my name is Emma Eastler, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the South Carolina state seatbelt law. And I am not driving. I am parked in my apartment complex, but I thought what better place to talk to you about the seatbelt law than actually in my car, because we all get in our cars every day, throw on our seatbelts, or some don't even put on our seatbelts without even thinking about this law and what it means towards us. So the South Carolina seatbelt law, section 56, states that a driver and every occupant of a motor vehicle, when it is being operated on the public streets and highways of the state, must wear and put on their fastened seatbelt. And this complies with all provisions of the federal law use. And then it goes on to Article 47 to state that the driver, which is me, is responsible for requiring each occupant 17 years of age or younger to wear a safety seatbelt or be secured in a child restraint system. However, there is an exception to this. If an occupant 17 years or age or younger who has a driver's license, special restrictive license, or beginner's permit who is not wearing a seatbelt, it's their fault. And there's some more exceptions to this law. Any driver who has written verification from their doctor saying that they can't physically put on a seatbelt doesn't have to wear it. Schools, daycare buses, and church and other public transportation systems, with the exception of taxis, don't have to wear seatbelts, which was really surprising to me. And an occupant for which no safety belt is available, so if everybody's in this car and somebody is left out without a seatbelt, they actually don't have to wear a seatbelt. And children age 6 years and younger should not have to wear seatbelts because they actually should be in safety restraints. Not restraints, but their safety system. Now, and the last exception to this would be a driver whose vehicle did not originally come with seatbelts. They don't have to wear seatbelts. And this law gives law enforcement officers the right to stop any driver of a motor vehicle who they can see is not wearing a seatbelt, or either their child is not safely secured in a child restraint. Violators of this law are subject to a fine no more than $25. However, a person must not be fined more than $50 for one incident of one or more violators. Now, why wear a seatbelt? Why is me putting on the seatbelt every time I get in the car important for me? I think the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention came out with some really nice statistics on why just wearing a seatbelt is very important. They said motor vehicle crashes are leading cause of death among those aged 1 to 54 in the United States. So cancer is not the leading cause of death. Getting in your car every day, and possibly getting into a motor vehicle accident. Motor vehicle accidents are the leading cause of death in the U.S. So driving is the most dangerous thing you can do every day. Seatbelt use is one of the most effective ways to actually save your life and reduce injuries and crashes. And it was very sad to me that I found that a total of 22,441 passengers, occupant, died in motor vehicle crashes in 2015. More than half, 59% of these deaths were actually young adults and teens who did not have their seatbelts on. And the CDC statistics states that among drivers and front seat passengers alike, seatbelts reduce the risk of death by 45% and cut the risk of serious injuries by 50%. So by me making sure my passengers have on seatbelts every time they get in my car, it's going to reduce their risk for injuries by 50%. And it's going to reduce the risk of possible death by 45%. So wearing a seatbelt when you get in a car is just something to do to save your life, and to save your passenger's life. The seatbelt law was put in place to protect the public, and it's very important.